think there's a reason that we have this certain mythology of heaven. And the mythology that I'm referring to here is the idea that when you're in heaven, you're walking on clouds. When people are very happy, they say they're walking on clouds. Well, there's one substance and one way to move on that substance right here on Earth that feels the most like that experience, and that is snow when you're on skis and when you're moving on skis.
A metaphor for the feeling of snowboarding. Mm-hmm. It would be like petting a large woolly caterpillar with your entire body. Yep.
It's like yeah, at the mountain, everyone kind of has that same collective consciousness where they're all going for the same thing. They're all there for the same reason. They all want the same thing.
My opinion is that a lot of skiers have this kind of experience. I also am under the opinion that a lot of meditators have this experience. Talking to skiers and talking to meditators, they talk about very similar things.
Meditation practice is pivotal in the teaching of Buddhism, and I believe really in most authentic spiritual systems. Shamatha, or mindfulness training, is not something we're superimposing onto the human being and say, this is good medicine, just take it. It's more bringing out a latent kind of aptitude that we all possess. It's just so I think one of the subtle mistakes people make with meditation practice is that we view it as a sort of self-improvement project rather than just being genuinely who we are on the spot. Meditation is incredibly helpful because it gives the practitioner the opportunity to have the experience of being free.
But I think the reason why it's a vacation is because of the routine. You don't have to think, it just happens. It's like everything clicks right into place the second I get to the mountain. And it's like I can almost turn off the engine and just let it coast.
I think that things like those things that I mentioned, skiing and so on, are really wonderful places to actually mix your mind with the Dharma, as we would say, so mix your mind with the teachings. They're really fantastic training grounds.
I wouldn't necessarily call it an activity, but the only experience that's given me more joy than skiing, I'd say. It's been able to consistently provide me with satisfaction, fulfillment, is meditation. And meditation is focused and physical in a very similar way to skiing. Focused is the mental side of it, of course, and you need that in order to do it well. And there's something about skiing which makes focus very easy. Meditation is designed to make focus easy.
It's like a weightlessness. It almost makes me feel like I'm flying, and that is so just valuable. That feeling of like soaring and swooping, it's just you can't get that anywhere else. So.
Whatever was going on in my life was free to arise inside of me, and I didn't have to get tangled up in it. Emotions could come up and I could just ski through them. Thoughts could come up and I could just ski through them. Even, it might sound strange, but even happiness, joy, could come up and I could ski through it, so that the happiness was freer to move through me. And I believe it's because of the ability to repeatedly and predictably experience the sense of concentration on this moment and enjoyment of what's happening right now. I remember that the physical motion, the need to be balanced physically, and the enjoyment as a reward for concentrating on what I was doing.
I think that it's our center. Some people do yoga for their center, they devote their life to it, and we devote snowboarding and skiing. It's like our passion. And I don't think you're supposed to have passion in Buddhism, because that doesn't lead to liberation. But this kind of is our liberation from the everyday life.
The Taoists have many teachings about the importance of being in nature and how incredibly healing that is, right? And certain other traditions of meditation and insight also emphasize that. Sometimes I've spent time just being by a river, and the actual sound of the water is incredibly healing,
Yeah, I think the necessity of going to a cold, high place for skiing is very meaningful for why it would be spiritual. Because it's so high, we could say, because it's secluded from normal society, and because skiing is such an individual experience. We drop away from the encouragement from society, from the world we live in, to be the person who we've ended up being. The only thing different between the two is that skiing, as beautiful as it is and as much as I enjoy it, I wouldn't say that it's the same as meditation in one way though. And that is that meditation is designed not only to bring forth concentration and enjoyment. Meditation is designed with the purpose of developing compassion. Skiing is designed to embrace one circumstance, and in the end, I'd say it remains with that. It remains limited to that. Skiing and any other sport is not something which, if we take it to its final point, ends with us giving our entire lives to the service of all living things. Skiing is an excellent part of a person's life, but skiing cannot be a person's life. Meditation, if one takes it far enough, does become a person's life. But skiing, I believe, is an excellent way to get a first taste. I think it's one of the best ways in the world to get that first taste of clarity, balance, and even transcendence. And so I recommend it to people who are interested in a meditative practice.